Breaking. Welcome to today's news. Here is the headlines. No amount of protest. Blackmail will change rotation of presidency between North and South. Sarki. No amount of protest. Blackmail will change rotation of presidency between North and South. Sarki. To my dear listeners, from wherever you're listening from, please stay tuned as I read today's news, and please do ensure you like, subscribe and share. Christopher B. Sarki, former route commander, Federal Road Safety Commission FRSA, and the national chairman, Coalition to Strengthen Democracy for Good Governance Initiative, CSDGGI, has said that he supported the nationwide protest against hunger and hardship in the country, but expressed regret that it turned out to be a plot by some politicians from the north for the military to take over the government. He commended the military under the Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, and other service chiefs for proving to the sponsors of the plot that they are not power chasers, but only ready to secure and protect the territorial borders of the country as well as the nation's democracy. Sarki acknowledged the acute hunger and hardship Nigerians are facing under the 1 year of the Bola Ahmed Tinubu administration, and outlined what the president should do to ameliorate the sufferings in the country. He called on Tinubu to rejig his cabinet and bring in experts to turn around the economy. He also warned northern leaders not to truncate the nation's democracy in an attempt to stop President Tinubu from completing his 8 years tenure, saying rotation of the presidency between the north and south is sacrosanct. He speaks about other issues except after the nationwide protest, the protesters promised to regroup and return stronger if President Bola Ahmed Tinubu fails to meet their demand. Do you see this administration ready to meet this charter of demands by the Nigerian youth in few months? Constitutionally, protesting is a fundamental aspect of our democracy, and because it is a global norm, I will always encourage this course of action, but it must be peaceful. However, the protest, which commenced on August 1 with a major demand for the return of the fuel subsidy regime, reduction of prices of essential commodities in order to curb hunger and hardship Nigerians are facing, and other demands, is a welcome development. In trying to assure the youth that he had urged them, President Tinubu, in his national broadcast, appealed to the protesters to suspend demonstrations. He explained his decision to remove fuel subsidy, which he said was painful but necessary as it constituted a noose around the economic jungula of our nation and impeded our economic development and progress. Meanwhile, there was a report by the National Bureau of Statistics that core inflation increased to an all-time high of 34.19% and 40.87% in June 2024. After the presidential broadcast, the sponsors of the protest concluded by saying that the speech was empty, that Mr. President did not address the issues. Thereafter, the demonstrations turned out into violent protest, resulting to stealing and destruction of government property and the waving of foreign flags in Kano and Borno states. Protests should not be turned into threat rather by the government. It should be an action to press for your demand to be met and things to be done right by the government. Yes, I am sure that in few months' time, President Tinubu will begin to implement the measures he highlighted during in his broadcast, which he geared towards curbing hunger and hardship in the country. Federal government has alleged that the nationwide protests were sponsored by some countries and individuals, especially some politicians, to discredit the present administration. What is your take?